All right, welcome back, you guys. Will, thanks so much for the 2-month Prime sub, dude. I appreciate that. Okay, so I unfortunately didn't really have any time to make any progress on this off stream. So last stream we basically just got into the Chalices. The build is a blood tinge. Well, it's skill, and then for Chalices we're starting to go into blood tinge, and I guess the idea is that we can just kill stuff from far away. But yeah, rough game last night. Yeah, that's an understatement. Merrick, thanks for the 13-month resub. Heisman, thanks for the 59-month resub as well, dude. But yeah, we're basically just I do have ghosts run up. Maybe. And we start going through a little bit of this. Like we kind of made it through the first chalice last time, but I didn't actually route anything. So Tim, thanks for the 26-month Prime sub as well, dude. Yeah, I think I know what's going on in this dungeon though. Like this first part. First part's pretty simple. Shoot this guy. And I'll want to write down the every single enemy and stuff that I have to deal with, at least at first. It's because I feel like that helps me remember stuff. Okay, then there's the guy over here. It's sketchy, dude. Is the game loud enough for you guys? For some reason, it's kind of quiet for me. Have an IRL debuff since Mind Goblin isn't there. You may be right, dude. Although I don't need a debuff, or I don't need the support on a routing run. Is it quiet? That's weird. I don't think I turned anything down, but... Seems good, right? Seems a little bit better. I don't think I turned anything down. Oh shit, I should have made a save here. Whoops. I wonder if I turned down my PC volume by accident. I don't think so. What do I think of the third jerseys now that we've seen them on the ice? I really like the logo, but the rest of the jersey I kind of don't really like. I think the color's too orange, and I don't like the numbers and stuff. Buford, thanks so much for the Burning Prime sub, dude. I don't know why the volume's so low. I really like the logo on it, though. Logo's sick. Okay. So what my plan is for this guy... This is so weird. Why is it so quiet, dude? I didn't change anything. What I'm gonna do, Bone Marrow Ash, and then I'm just gonna shoot him in the leg. I think that's what I wanted to do. Pretty quick kill. This is only the first, this is depth 1. So, you know, and we're plus 10 and all this stuff. We're not exactly weak. Okay, this is good. I'm not really sure, I don't know how to break up these segments yet in terms of practicing. Guess we can just route through the whole thing. It shouldn't be too... It's a little... It's just my free aim's not 100%, because I'm not doing this with mouse and keyboard or anything. How's it going, Lance, by the way? It is nice frame rate. Very nice. See, like, I'm hitting him in the arm there. Then somehow I'm, like, missing his leg. Fudge, how's it going, dude? Above water, welcome back as well. Yeah, just keep shooting in the arm. Anyways, like, this seems good enough, but it would suck to die to this guy for no reason. Okay. It's good for now. I'll make a new save here. I kind of forget, like, what is... Like, what... The dungeons are broken up into 3 segments, right? Like, what are they called? I guess it doesn't really matter. Just call it segment 2. There are gonna be a lot of saves in here, man. Oh, yeah, they're layers. Miklos, how's it going, dude? You're right. Layer 2. Oh, did the game even say it? Yeah, Chalices no hit. Well, we're going to be... I mean, we're very far away from it at this point. Okay, this is a trap. I mean, it's going to take a lot of routing, but... I think we go this way. Yeah, see, the thing is, I don't even know the layouts yet. What does this enemy drop? It does really feel like there's going to be a lot of, There's going to be a lot of... Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. But enemies are kind of just randomly pathing around, it feels like. Let's do that again. Yeah, I really don't like the dog either. Yeah. Like, so far, I haven't beaten the Chalices on that casual playthrough yet, but... Oh. Oh, really? I haven't beaten it, but... Pretty much all the bosses, except for, like, 2, have been bad. I've liked the, the Descendant? And then there was basically the same enemy, but a mage version. That seemed pretty cool. Layer 2. Okay, maybe I can make the save here instead. Is the Watchdog's the lava guy, right? I really don't like the lava guy. I've already fought him a few times. Fuck, I forgot. He's kind of garbage, dude, I think. Really garbage, especially because the last time I fought him, it was in that that cursed dungeon, and I had half HP, and he was one-shotting me. And his moveset's just not that fun, based on what I could tell, but... maybe not. I wonder if I actually don't have enough damage to one-shot the summoner up here. Yeah, see how the enemies are just not... definitely gonna have to be some improvisation on this run. Which is honestly a little scary on a run that's this long. Mac, thanks, dude. Or Mama Co. Thanks, dude. Okay, so this is the trio. Okay, let me write. Is there anything? Is there anything that I need to know there? Okay. Pretty much just the bell girl kill.
Maybe I'll give you the best nut ever.
I was watching
Peanut, thanks so much for the 18-month resub, dude.
And you said you liked Night Train. Surely that appeals.
No, I still,
so
yeah,
hard
I like
today.
Night Rain. I like it as a game that is, like, I think it's just a solid game still. I think it's solid. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's just, I like it, but it's like a 6 out of 10, I think. I guess I'll just call this boss the Watchers or whatever. I don't know. The question is, how much bone marrow ash do I want to use? Because it does cost... how much does it cost? Like, is it 2,000? It's quite expensive. That's quite a few shots, though. Yeah, we probably just want to use one there. Like one for each guy, probably. Yeah, yeah. Dude, some of these bosses are just crazy. Lokio, thanks for the 4-month Prime sub, dude. Dominic, how's it going, dude? Gotta figure out, or I gotta know exactly how much range this guy has. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, so it's about... it seems good. Do I personally prefer the open world formula of Elden Ring or the linear stuff older games did? I like both. It really just depends what I'm doing. If I'm doing no hit, then I much prefer linear. Well, like linear levels with a lot of choices for world progression or whatever, you know? So basically Dark Souls 2 type of thing. When it comes to doing casual playthroughs, I like open world more. Layer 3. I think that's the best. That's my favorite combination. Is who's this guy? Yeah, it's like more linear levels, but then a world that isn't forcing you to go in one direction, I guess. I feel like some of these pickups we're going to need to get. Ritual Blood 2. Like, I think last time we were short a bunch of these. We probably will have to go into the side dungeon. Assuming there are more Ritual Blood 2s there. Blood Vial's not bad, I guess. Don't really want to deal with that enemy, though. How long do I think this is going to take? I don't know, man. I could see this taking... Like, I would be surprised to get this run before the end of the year, probably. But we'll see. What's in here? Okay, we don't need this at all. Like, I guess I should really check the other dungeons to see if there's any... I think that's the right way, but... Yeah, any more of the, like, Ritual Blood. Because that's what I actually need. I think this is useless. Yeah. I sort of remember that. Which side is it on? I think it's over there. I think I was wrong. Whoops. Let's go on Aram. Oh, I was totally wrong. Unless I'm misremembering this dungeon, but I thought... we had to come up here. I'm very confused now. Wait, was I not supposed to go up, maybe? Oh, okay, here we go. Holy shit, this guy's insane. Okay. Get the runner go bald like Hob. I don't really like doing stuff like that for the most part. But surely one day I'll do that. I'm gonna have to learn these enemy movesets as well. I do wonder if I should kill this enemy. Maybe not. What do you give me? Oh. Any chest in here? I still have, I should probably turn on no death or something. Okay, sure. Is that, I feel like there's a side room up here. Which we need 4 more Ritual Blood 2s if I'm not mistaken. What do I call this place, man? Layer 3 treasure? Like I don't know what these side rooms are called. Sure. How's it going, Volan? I'm using Shad PS4. Oh, shit. I'm assuming we're going to need this. That's RNG, I think, but... I wonder if there's anything useful in here. Hunter Mark's not bad. Nah, it's probably not worth coming in here.
Maybe I'll give you the best nut ever.
I'm wondering if some of the other earlier sections had... more Ritual Blood 2 pickups. Newbie, thanks for the 17-month resub, dude. There's another one. Like, I've gotten 2 probably by RNG. Okay, there's 4 in here. Okay, so we're good then. I'm actually... I may drop these other 2, or I just need to remember that I have 2 extra. And then do I just... I guess I have to run out. Or I don't have to run out, but... Probably... Probably just mark out of here. Canadian Thanksgiving food about the same as America's? Yeah, it's pretty much the same, I think. Although I'm not certain, but... Okay, I should really be writing this stuff down. The boss here is the watchdog, right? Is that right? Let me just go check. I think so. I'm so concerned about the later dungeons. Okay, this is the watchdog. I'm very concerned about later dungeons, and you know, I should probably do the whole thing. So we start by okay, what do we do? I can't remember. I can't remember, dude. We go into the big room. Because what I want to do is write down every single enemy, pretty much. At least that I have to deal with. So this is the one, yeah. Yeah, what I don't like about this is the enemies are like kind of randomly walking around and stuff. That's not usually what I like. Okay, and then we get the two Ritual Blood 2s here. Okay, it's probably better to get this one first, I guess. The two Ritual Blood 2s. And then we simply sneak around the guy. This is definitely reminding me of the Elden Ring all bosses no-hit run routing for the first time. I wonder if there's any potential for that enemy to follow in here. Probably as long as I'm fast enough, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, we do have unlimited blue elixirs, at least. Oh, I think I forgot to get the lamp. Yeah, at least we can buy them with insight. What do I use to uncap Elden Ring FPS? I use, wait, I really didn't get this? I use ER tool, usually. I wonder if there's anything else around here that I should be picking up. Really? Dude, that's crazy. Seems pretty simple so far. I think it's gonna get a lot trickier once we get into the later depths and enemies don't get one-shotted anymore. One-shotted by my gun? At least, yeah, I don't know. I don't know when that's gonna happen. Because we do have the Bone Marrow Ash, which increased our damage by a huge amount. So we're going to be able to one-shot stuff for a while. All right. Yeah, I feel like these dungeons are going to be even harder to differentiate just because there isn't like an open world section associated with them. Oh. Okay. Yeah, okay. We'll probably pick up this hunter mark over here. These are bullets too, or? This one was bullet. Okay. And then we go straight through here. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of a lot of notes for this run, dude. A lot of notes for this. Okay, do we probably hunter mark out of here, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why the song command is so hit or miss for some reason. All right. Last boss of this dungeon. First watchdog. Yeah, I don't really know how to fight this guy. Newbie, if I didn't say thanks for the 17-month resub, dude. Kind of seems like on the opening, I can just go straight in there.
Layer by layer art strips like thread.
Yeah, this is this is like the Pontiff Beast, except I kind of feel like he's worse than him. Elfman, thanks so much for the 1,000 bits, dude. I appreciate that. Do I have a way? I forget if I have a way to turn off my damage. I think so. Yeah. Sure. Although, I mean, I guess I don't really need that here. Yeah, these first bosses, this does feel like, you know, like Elden Ring all bosses coming back to Limgrave type of thing. It's kind of what it feels like. Let's see if I can get in range in time. Or maybe I can just use a Bone Marrow Ash to shoot him in the head. First boss of Convergence? What? Wait, was it really? Yeah, I guess but was it actually this enemy, or was it just the Pontiff Beast? You're right, I kind of forgot about that. Or if he always starts with that attack. It's kind of sketchy, but... I feel like a gunshot may be a little safer, but... What do we think? Is that safe? Does he really open with us every time? I guess we can keep trying it. Can I visceral when I get the headshots done? I didn't do it on my casual playthrough, but I don't know if I tried. Let's go stochastic. Going for front leg is safer. Yeah, especially I guess if it breaks in one hit too. Oops, I stopped sprinting there. I guess the only thing is, yeah, if I, like, maybe it's harder to hit or something. I'm so strong because this is the depth 1 chalice, and we've already beaten all the bosses in the base game. I mean, that seems fine. I guess... we'll see. Like, I'm gonna be practicing this a bunch of times, so... Seems fine. I could easily see a whiff running R1 there, though, and then it's just like... you know, you do an L1 thinking you landed it, and then you just miss, you know? I could certainly see that happening. Okay. So we should be good for the next one. Probably, I don't know why I have so much insight. I should probably buy some stuff. Oh yeah, I've been saving it because I'm not sure how much of this stuff I actually need. Okay. Not sure who this next boss is. Dude, 3,600 each is just so insane, man. It's ridiculous. One thing that does concern me is that I don't know why, but In Ghost Route, she got to like 32 blood tinge by this point, and I'm like, I somehow missed several 100,000 echoes somewhere. Wait, unless I got more strength than she does, actually. Maybe she doesn't get that much strength. I don't know. So we'll see if we run into any issues because if our damage is too low. That'd probably make a lot more sense. Or, yeah, I mean, it's very possible I just missed something big. All right, layer 1. Anyone know who the boss is at the end of this? God, this looks horrific, dude. May need to use a bone marrow ash here. Okay, guy there. This place is looking pretty bad so far. Yeah, we're going to be using a lot of blue elixirs for sure. Okay, nothing really too important there. I have no idea where I'm going, as if you can't tell. I just need to kind of look around first and see what we need. I'm guessing we need some of those. Probably. More ritual blood 2s. Oh god, this is so gross, man. Okay. Oh, the beast guy. Okay. I'll just say beast, I guess.
Maybe I'll give you the best nut ever.
One hit KO. Thanks for the Brandon Prime sub. Thanks, dude. Certainly running through all this is safe. Definitely not this guy. And then we'll have to... Holy shit, dude. This is quite something. I wish I could, like, close doors in this game, dude. We are gonna need some of these.
Machino high.
Fuck is that, dude? Isn't that crazy? Like, this guy was over there last time. Reflections, how's it going, dude? Also, Blur, thanks for the 17-month Prime sub. Gonna have to be a bit more careful through there, I think. Like, really scope it out. It seems like here is safe. Or, like, here is the appropriate distance for the gunshot. And yeah, maybe a blue elixir in here is a good idea. Yeah, I feel like a blue elixir for this dungeon is a good plan. Not sure if we need the Ritual Blood 2, but I'm going to assume we do. Is there one more guy? Where'd this guy come from? Okay. How's it going, Shogun? Dude, the sends are so bad. Like, it's been painful to watch so far. We'll see tonight. I'm going to be watching. Like, I'm still going to keep streaming, but I will still watch. But maybe, like, I'm more interested in the Blue Jays game, honestly. It seems like I don't actually need a blue elixir here. Rid without Kachuk. I mean, you know what? They were actually pretty good last year without him. Oh, shit. Okay, here I need... This guy got... Not quite a one-shot. They're pretty good without him last year, but they haven't gotten any goaltending, and they haven't been able to score, really. So... But you said the guy's lying on the ground? Ah, I see. Ah, Ritual Blood 3. Interesting. Okay, this seems fine, I guess. Ah, why do you not die in one shot, dude? Styles, welcome back, dude. Just got back from shooting about a 130 around a golf. Hey, I've seen worse. I have seen worse. I wonder if I can like sneak around this guy somehow, or maybe turn him with a gunshot or something like that. Okay, so I don't know. Should I use a blue elixir? I'd rather not. You know, I'd rather be efficient with that stuff if possible. Likely shoots under 80 regularly. I have been playing a bit more this year, and yeah, my cap's at a 2.5, so I'm not as rusty as I thought I'd be since coming back. Maybe elixir here? Oh yeah, I said I wasn't going to use one. I don't think I need it. I don't think it really changed anything.
Maybe I'll give you the best nut ever.
Garf, thanks for the 2-month Prime sub, dude. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, we may be having some echo issues on this route. Maybe. Okay, so okay. End up making rough cut for the video? I did not. Let's go, Hunter. Delete some Twitch highlights because storage is full. Really? Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Interesting. I didn't even know that was possible. But I mean, this is Twitch we're talking about, I guess. This room is interesting. In a bad way. But pretty much, we just got to survey the room. Oh, shit. Interesting in a very bad way. All right. I'm gonna need to buy more 100 marks, dude. Okay. Seems all right. No, dude, routing these dungeons really doesn't feel like routing a Souls game almost because yeah, like the enemies just randomly pathing and you don't really know where they're going to be. That's not like Souls doesn't normally work like that. It's very unusual in a Souls level for enemies to be randomly just kind of like sandboxing, pathing around.
South Florida Bulls, second best team in Florida.
Rimrob, thanks for the 21-month Prime sub. Thanks so much, dude. It's quite unusual. I mean, maybe just calling this guy a beast doesn't exactly narrow it down, but I think I remember liking pairing that one. Almost need like a little bit more damage there. No, I haven't finished Chalices casual yet. Honestly, not the most interesting gameplay ever. I'll finish it. I'll definitely finish it. Or like if I don't, then I'll at least do it when I'm just routing, you know? Okay. Just parry and riposte. Simple enough. I do have the game up. Yes. How many monitors do I have? I have 4. It's before you say that sounds like overkill, it is 100% overkill. But I've 2 for each PC. And I like just as I upgraded my old ones, I just keep using them because they're perfectly fine. So and like Alienware, when I did that sponsored tournament, they also sent me one of theirs too. So I just like have an extra one. It's like, okay, well, I may as well, throw that in there as well. Nice. Yeah, and like I think probably for what I'm doing, at least 3. I'm not gonna say it's necessary because I've streamed with less. But 3 is nice. Okay, there's a side room here. I don't know the official name, but I'm calling these treasure rooms at this point. I'm gonna assume we need to go through it, so... Depth 2. Layer 2. And we may want to get the checkpoint first. Anyone know who the boss is, by the way, for this one? Is it that, like, pyro girl? And then the final boss, is it the descendant, like Thumerian descendant or whatever? Rick. I just don't know what to call this save because... Sure. Okay, it is Pyro Girl. Only got one Hunter's Mark left. Probably need more. Oh. I don't think I have any elemental damage for these guys. Oh, yes, I do remember this one, I think. Well, not well. I remember doing it. Wait, no, isn't there a path through here? Maybe not. I thought I remember baiting a bunch of enemies back and try to explode them. Okay, I'm totally lost. There's a ladder? There must be something. Oh, I see. Oh. I just need to figure out the path first. And, like, I don't know if I actually need this side dungeon yet. I probably do, though. It kind of seems like I need most of them. All right, 3 Ritual Blood 3. So, like, we're gonna need this, dude. There's no way. No way I'm not gonna need this. That exact thing happening on my playthrough? Yeah, probably. Doesn't surprise me. All right, what is in here? Ooh, no, please don't make me go in here. Oh my god, just 1,000 enemies, dude. Like, just imagine, I'm just imagining this dungeon, but late, when I don't one-shot everybody with my gun. This is insane, dude. And you know what? I feel like I need a little bit more blood tinge, dude, so I can one-shot those guys. But yeah, I guess, I mean, there's going to be Ritual Blood 3s in here. I have no idea how many Ritual Bloods I need. I have no clue. Like, we're gonna kind of just figure it out as we go. Oh, the Hinder 2. Okay, so we need that. I think, right? Yeah, we definitely need to get that. Dude, only 100 hours of storage space is ridiculous, actually. No, maybe running back through here isn't so bad. Like, I wonder if... Probably should save the hunter mark, maybe? What do we think? Okay, that's a crazy side room. Wait, so what was this boss's name again? It was the Pyro Girl. Someone said the name, but I don't remember. Keeper of Old Lords. Okay. I'm just gonna Keeper 1. Sure. Yeah, the side doors. Wait, where am I? The side doors are honestly, like, the more I've played the Chalices, the more I absolutely dread seeing side doors. I really don't like seeing them, dude. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, this looks bad. Looks very bad. Oh, you're kidding me, dude. I tried to run to the side, and I guess I didn't go enough. Oh, I need a blue elixir or something here. How do I not get slimed here?
Maybe I'll give you the best nut ever.
5 months. Good luck on the routing.
Rabid Bubble, thanks for the 5-month Prime sub. Also, have to kill that guy. Gray Dude, thanks for the brand new Prime sub as well. I think that's the room I hear. It's like above me or something. What did I get hit by? There's a guy behind, I guess. Okay. I could kill that guy from below. Maybe I gotta use Molotovs for those, No, it wasn't an AoE because I got poison buildup. Oh, this is just totally insane, dude. And I need to come in here. Oh my god. Miyazaki has outdone himself. And I'm fairly certain we need to come in here. I'm pretty sure. Maybe there's a strat to get them to come down or something? Because yeah, we can't deal with them in that way. Interesting. Yeah, this t-shirt was $1,280, even though it's literally the Elden Ring Night Rain t-shirt. $1,280 value. Of course. Everyone knows Night Rain t-shirts cost that much. Yeah, I like elixir for the first room. Seems good. Whoops, that's bad. Okay, guy on the other side of the door. All right. It's the 60 FPS that's messing up, like, walking over this little ledge. Probably actually better to go through the lower path. But yeah, I think just elixir and then kill them, right? What else can I do here? This is so unbelievably cursed, man. At least there aren't any ranged enemies in here, from the looks of it. Wow. And it's only going to get worse, I think. I think it's only getting worse than this. Yeah, I've got it open right now. I've got the Suns game open at the moment. Oh yeah, we're gonna be fine on elixir. It's just I do want to conserve as many as I can just to save insight or whatever, but yeah, we've got quite a bit, so. Okay, was that good? I wouldn't mind testing maybe some other strat for that big room, but like I don't really. The only thing I can think of is dropping them down, maybe. So we elixir for the first room. And then we kill the dark guy. So we run right at the slime, past the rat, open the door. We kill him. And the laying down guy, we get the chest. Okay. Is this the American build? It seems that way, doesn't it? I don't know if that's actually safe or not. Running past enemies like a rat. I don't know if they have a faster attack. Not that I can think of, but I'll have to test that, of course. Okay, we don't need to deal with that guy. There's a guy here, though. Last time he was aggroed immediately. This time not. Kill this guy. 4 blood vials is good because each vial is 5 bullets. Nice. Yeah, Dark Souls rats have, like, their quick bump attack. This one, I don't think I've seen that. I'm just gonna open the door. This seems like a bad idea. Oh my god, look at this. Whoa. What is going on here, dude? Do they have... Wait, maybe it's not bad, though. Like, some version of this, maybe. I didn't think they would all walk out. I kind of thought just kind of one by one. That guy forgot he was dead. There's still a dog, though. Like a scripted horde. Yeah, I guess they do have, like, a joint aggro. Kind of scary, though. Definitely not like this, but some version of this. Maybe if I open the door, they all kind of just, like, funnel down like that other guy did. Maybe. I guess the Sens are wearing those jerseys again. I don't like the color they picked, man. I think the gold's cool. Like the black's cool. The logo looks sick, but the red is not like red enough, dude. Yeah, I've got pungent cocktails for that, but not sure if I need them. Yeah, if one of them landed on me, I would take damage, I think. So. Yeah, what my... Oh, boy. What we were saying yesterday, watching the game and seeing the jerseys for the first time, is they kind of look like Anaheim jerseys a little bit. Like that orange color. I don't know if it was just the TV made them look a little more orange than they actually are, but... Like, they kind of look orange, dude. I wonder if you get, like, the room is right above here, so I wonder if I could make noise and distract them or something. I'm gonna open this. I don't know if I like this, dude. Why are they not all coming this time? Hmm. I wonder if they just heard the bullet, maybe. Yeah, the aggro doesn't seem... Like, I was hoping they would all... Like, as soon as one of them aggroed, all of them would or something. I need to make a save kind of just for that room, maybe. I guess what kind of happened last time is I got stuck on the rat there, so I wonder... Maybe I should just attack the rat every time? Oops. I would have meant to do. What if I doubt that, like, there's no way they care about that. I have to remember I got an extra ritual blood 3 on this. I'm assuming they just give you kind of the perfect amount.
Maybe I'll give you the best Not ever.
I'm kind of feeling like just elixir and just shoot him. Kind of satisfying. Quite an interesting way to play a Souls game. When you just go guns blazing. Yeah, that seems better to me than just usual parry on this guy. Nice. Okay. Seems good. Should I go the up way or down way? Down's probably a little faster because I don't have to pull this lever. Let's go down. Okay, good stuff. Can you save? I'd have to kill some of those guys back there. How freely can I use elixir? I can use it very... Oh! I forgot about these fucking asshole enemies. At least you one-shot them. Okay, this guy... I don't know the correct direction here, but... Oh, and... Oh, shit, you're still alive. Sens haven't gotten the first goal in a game yet this season, and it continues. Nice one, dude. It must be this way. So what is this other way, then? Just see if there's anything good in here. Not really. Yeah, this is on PC. This is on PC. Probably mark out here, I'm guessing. Yeah, definitely mark out. Okay. So Just not sure on the first room. I'm not sure how many of these guys I need to actually take out. If I can just run. Yeah, I feel like this guy could shoot me when I turn right there. The other one, not so much. So maybe just kill the left two. Figuring this stuff out, my favorite part of no hit. Well, it depends on the run. I think in the case of this run in particular, I'm not sure. Because usually the runs that I like figuring stuff out for are the ones where you can get creative with strategies, you know? Do we need to kill this sack enemy? I don't think so. Because we're going this way, right? Okay. Okay, so maybe we want to run to, like, here? A lot of this writing down stuff I actually don't really need to do because I will remember it. There are two main reasons I would write write every single one of these steps down. It's first of all, just writing stuff down helps you remember it better. The second reason is I will be coming back to this run eventually, right? Like, so the plan is we no-hit this, and then I de-rust at, like, Demon Souls and Elden Ring all bosses and, you know, keep practicing the other Souls games. And then I'll come back to this, right? So, like, when I come back, I may forget some things, or just in the future at some point. Like, when it comes to other runs, if I plan on doing the run again in the future, or I could see a reason to do it, and I come back to it, then it's nice to have notes so that I don't have to actually remember everything. Oh, boy. Okay, nice. Pinto. It's big. God run with chalices? Well, that's the plan. That literally is the plan. That is why I'm doing this run in the first place. Bloodborne all enemies. No, thank you.
Maybe I'll give you the best nut.
Cross, thanks for the 5-month Prime sub, dude. Yeah, and the funny thing is actually too about that, JH, is that when I was in university, I did not take a single note on anything. But okay, we may have to kill that guy, I assume. Maybe kill that first one? How much range? They have quite a bit of range. Okay. I think an all enemies Elden Ring run, like, that sounds like fun to do, but I almost feel like I would need a mod that prevents enemies from respawning. Because if I don't have that, then it's like, what's the actual point of doing it, you know? Oh, shit, really? This is a pretty simple dungeon, right? Well, Distraction Crab routed Elden Ring all enemies before the DLC came out, and I believe the route was like 60 hours or something. Obviously, I'm sure that could be more efficient, but you know, when there's that much content to go through on a run, then yeah, it's going to take a while. But I would 100% do that if I could prevent enemies from respawning. I would 100% do that. Maybe not hitless, but at least a casual run, all enemy type thing. I shouldn't have healed. That was a waste. And yeah, there was the Sekiro all enemies no hit run that was done by Urban Orb, which is like pretty insane too. I mean, it's a smaller game, but that's a ridiculous run. Okay. Sun's got another power play as well. We're about to do Chalices after everything else. Yeah, that's the plan. That way we get a, you know, a maxed out... Oh, shit. I forgot. Guess I'll just run through it again. Yeah, that way we have the maxed out gun. We have a bit of blood tinge. Also, not to mention, like... You're kidding me. Not to mention that the base game stuff, I do believe is still the hardest content. And we do want to prioritize the hardest stuff first, so... Wait, was all enemies DS1 no hit, or what? Why'd you survive? I haven't heard of that run. Quite nice with these enemies. Literally, they just, as soon as they attack, you can parry them. Although I think the one that has the fire weapon might be a little different. Nice. All right, well, Sens are scoring goals, I guess. I'm gonna go get some more hunter marks right now. Leaning away from doing that region locked. No. That's gonna be like a long-term thing. I think I want to do the God run all bosses first, or the whatever we're calling this run. These are 1,200 each. That's quite a bit. Oh, you can hold a lot of these. Okay. John Wick build. Okay. Okay, now this boss, someone was saying that there's like a loop to this boss. I don't know if it's with parries or what. Does anyone know about that? I wonder if I... Like, that's the attack I want. At least when I was fighting this boss casually. That was the good attack. Have I shown people how to use emulator? I have not, and I don't really do like tutorial type stuff. I don't really plan on doing that. Other people have done that already, and I'm sure you can find it. It almost feels like I can shoot twice there and parry or something. Hmm. I don't think we want the fight lasting this long. I just need to find the right attack to parry or whatever. You'd say I wait. Favor runs that maximize the setup routing aspect but have less resets. I don't even know what you mean by that. I don't know if that's true. I think that might be true for Elden Ring, I guess, but I don't know. But yeah, that's true. I definitely don't. Yeah, I don't like runs with RNG on it. Yeah, yeah, you're right about that for sure. I don't like. Yeah, I like runs that if I play perfectly, then I simply get the run. No. That is basically why I don't speedrun. I wonder if this phase change is guaranteed. Oh, wait, here's the loop? Ah. That's pretty nice, dude. Very nice. Although, I mean, how do they initiate it? Okay, well, that'll be good to know for later, because I assume later we're not going to be able to just blast the enemy like this. I want to switch to the other gun for this, too. I don't know if I like that. Yeah, I didn't even think about getting rickrolled again. Thighs, thanks for the 30-month resub, dude. Also, Cross, thanks for the 5-month Prime sub. Joe, thanks for the brand new Prime sub. Zach, thanks for the 15-month Prime sub. Oh, maybe like that. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. Ghost used to do arcane only. Pretty comfy for most of the Chalices. Well, what I'm basing at least the setup on is Ghost's newer route. This was from, I guess, over 2 years ago, but like I think when Ghost initially did this run, it was at least 6 hours, right? But this is much more efficient, it seems. And I think she only took like 4 hits on this. So you might be wondering why I'm not following this one for one. I will watch it thoroughly in a bit, but I also kind of want to just like see what I come up with first and then compare and see if there's any improvements. Yeah, 4 hours seems insanely fast, doesn't it? Like that's exciting for this that it can be so quick.
Maybe I'll give you the best nut ever.
Hmm. Yeah, I wonder if I can like butt scratch or something. Butt scratch bait. I should keep doing it. That's clean, dude. That's very clean. And yeah, this is now you can see why we're going with the she's still alive. The saw spear in a skill build, because I think literally every boss so far has been just like parry visceral almost, except for the watchdog. Everybody else has just been parry visceral or something like that. So that would be why. This just did all bosses souls knives only. Says he doesn't like how long Elden Ring is. Takes up like half. Wait. Oh yeah, it takes up half the entire run. Yeah, I mean that's how it is. Long game. Ah shit. Gotta make sure I'm the right distance there. Okay, what if I do this? That's not what I meant. Oh, he did. He also just did all remembrances. Yeah, okay, well then that's, I mean, it's not quite the same. I honestly find that doing all remembrances in Elden Ring is slow. It feels slower than doing all bosses, which maybe makes no sense until... Like, it doesn't sound intuitive at all, but at least when you're doing all bosses, you're kind of like constantly making more progress towards the goal. But when you're doing all remembrances, there's such huge amounts of downtime. Hmm. I did really enjoy that crossbow all bosses run. That was pretty fun. But yeah, especially if you're when you get to DLC and you don't give yourself the fragments, like it makes it so much worse, I find. I don't know exactly what I want to do here yet. Somehow. Had one chunk of the run, which was just 45 minutes running around DLC picking up fragments. Yeah, there's no reason to ever do that. Like, if you're someone like me who just plays the game, even if you just play Elden Ring DLC more than a single time, it's never worth picking up the fragments the second time. Okay, that is not safe. Unless, is this gun slower? Is this gun slower or what? I have to test this with lower damage. I should have a +0 saw. Okay, just kidding. Guess I sold the saw cleaver. Ah, that's too bad. Don't think it is. Yeah, it must just not be safe or something. I mean, that time was good. Save at 30 FPS. It could be. Those 9 hours probably did do all bosses then. Maybe. I mean, 9 hours is a really quick all bosses with DLC, dude. That's really quick. Like, it seems a little too quick almost. For doing a casual run, at least. Because, I mean, obviously the no-hit route's not the fastest, but no-hit all bosses was like 11 and a half hours or something. And that's all planned out. But, I mean, it's possible. It's certainly possible to do all bosses in 9 hours, but like, that's pretty quick. But yeah, all remembrances in 9 hours is probably a little slow. Although when I do my like stat runs, it's, or the weapon only runs, it's much longer than that. But I'm also like testing a bunch of stuff. Not just trying to rush through it. You can see why I've got a relaxed casual attitude to where give myself DLC fragments, even using ER tool for other maps at the start of runs. Yeah, I mean, I cut out the things that I feel like are just unnecessary or tedious to do every run. Because, yeah, like giving myself the map fragments, it doesn't matter. It's just because I don't like looking at an empty map. And then with the fragments, it's more just, it's not fun to pick them up every time. So... the way I like playing the Elden Ring DLC at this point is to just basically forget that the fragments even exist. I think that's the ideal way to do it. Okay, so with the Hunter Pistol, or whatever this is called, yeah, Hunter Pistol, so far it's worked every time. Why did it... No, I need lower damage so I can test this properly. Yeah, but that's what I think. I think the way to do it is just to not even engage with the fragments at all. Like a DLC mod where bosses drop fragments. Sure, RM, I guess if you wouldn't mind, dude. I have a feeling that it's more just that strat isn't 100% or something. Or maybe I delayed pressing the button. It's possible too. But yeah, I think the fragments on a casual playthrough are kind of... I'm not going to say they're fine, because I have a fundamental problem with them, but they don't get in the way of like a first playthrough. I mean, I don't know if I said casual playthrough or not, but a first playthrough, at least in my first playthrough experience, I didn't find them too annoying because, yeah, I didn't think they really got in the way of anything. I thought for the most part the scaling was okay based on when you pick up the fragments if you're playing it in a normal way. Maybe Rolana was a little bit tough, but yeah, it was fine. But just past that first playthrough, there's just simply no reason to ever engage with them. Like, engage with that system if you have an option to not do it. It doesn't add a single thing. Huh. Happy with the run so far? Any crazy parts? There's some crazy parts, but nothing too bad so far because we're still in the early depths of the Chalices, so. Yeah, you're already exploring. You're already looking around for stuff. You're not, like, trying to optimize anything or whatever. I mean, I'm sure some people just explored as much as they possibly could before fighting any bosses and then got a high fragment level or something. But that wouldn't take away from the experience at all. Like, that would be fine. It wouldn't get in the way of anything. There's surely a better way to fight this enemy, dude. I feel like I don't really want to get into this phase. Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to get into this discussion here, but you are right. The system encourages exploring the open world. I don't know about taking time with the game, but it does encourage exploration. The whole reason why it even existed, in my opinion, is that they wanted players to experience what they did in the base game, which is get stuck on something and then explore, get stronger with the fragments, and then come back. It's just they did it in pretty much the worst way possible and the most lazy way possible, in my opinion. They put fragments behind... They put fragments, you know, literally the most important item in the game, in some random shit enemies. So that's the first thing. The other problem, the main problem that I have is that, you know, we're playing an RPG that has so many build options, right? It's all about picking and choosing your stats, your weapons you're using, you know, everything to do with your loadout. Fragments have zero choice. There's no choice into leveling it up. Like, you're not picking a stat. It's just simply you're increasing your character's power in every way, which is very boring. Especially, the thing that I like the most about these games in general is, like, figuring out the build stuff and figuring out strategies for, you know, no hit runs and stuff. But it's the routing part that I like, and the builds are a big part of that. And it just totally removes that. So yeah, that's the problem. I'm so confused why I got hit that one time. And then, yeah, not to mention the, like, replayability part, which is why I don't even engage with it at this point, because it, you know, when you're going back to into the DLC and you know where they all are, it adds basically a whole nother layer of setup onto Elden Ring, which they're already, you know, if you're optimizing a playthrough at the start of a game, you're already going to have a big amount of setup. For the most part, I think it's fine because it's not the same thing every time, right? It totally depends on your build. Depends if you're, you know, taking a somber route, or you're taking a smithing stone route, or you're going a magic build where you're going to go into these locations, or you're doing an incantation build where you're going to go into other locations, stuff like that, right? Wait, Honor Side Dodge is a hitbox? Maybe I shouldn't do that then. But like, so people complain about the setup, but at least there's some variation and there's, yeah, like you're still picking stuff. You know, like, oh, do I actually need to go into this cave to get this talisman, or can I, like, should I go in this cave, or, you know, you get the idea. But with the fragments, it's the exact same every single time. And then you might be saying like, oh, you know, they're not making the game with people playing it numerous times in mind necessarily. I wonder, like, maybe I just... This is probably a waste of these to just do this. What do I do, man? But yeah, I get, like, you could say that, which, like, maybe you're right, I guess, but that isn't the, like, my main issue is still just the lack of a choice with them. And then even if they wanted to encourage the exploration and stuff, which I think was their main goal, much better way to do it would have at least been to put them behind optional bosses, right? Because one of the major problems with the DLC is that there's so much open world. Exploration is absolutely terrible, and the reason for it is when you're exploring these open world areas, there are no good rewards, pretty much. There are very few, and you kill some side boss, and like you just don't get anything that interesting. It would have been a lot better, and it would have made it a lot more exciting to see those side bosses that we've already fought like 10 times in the base game or something, and then get something that powerful from them. Would have been much better. So... I don't know why I mean, it's probably good that it didn't work that one time if it's actually not consistent, but look, why didn't it work that one time? Always find yourself wanting to explore the game, even the DLC. Yeah, I mean, that's a fine way to play it, but like realistically, you're not going to play the game 20 times and explore the whole thing every single time, especially if you're replaying it for the purpose of trying out different setups, right? So... I wonder if I don't get the parry, if I can just shoot again. No, I'm not saying that FromSoft goes the easiest way. I assume you mean through. I'm not saying that they're lazy, obviously. I just think in the case with the fragments, I see what they were going for, but there would have just been much better ways to do it. And yeah, like the suggestion of, if they wanted to keep the fragments the way they are, I still think there's the fundamental problem of having an RPG where you have some sort of like build thing that has zero choice whatsoever. But the changes that I would say, if they wanted to keep fragments in the DLC, this is what I would do. If I were to make a mod and the requirement is that I had to keep the fragments as is in the DLC with like the overall power upgrade, what I would do is move them to, like, literally every single non-main boss should have a fragment. Or at least a couple or something like that, right? I'd make every single one have them. And I would also reduce the power of them significantly, because that's another problem with replayability if you're playing the DLC numerous times. Like, the reason it feels so necessary to get them is because of how insanely strong they are. At maximum, they give you 105% additional attack, and I think 50% additional defense. And so, because they're so damn strong, it feels like you're required to get them, or else you're just not going to be able to do anything. Like, you might have an insanely good build, and you're just smoking stuff in the base game, but if you don't have any fragments, you're going to do nothing in the DLC. So I would reduce it to probably like 30% attack. No, I'm not saying that they should design their games with speedrunners in mind. I think replayability is an important aspect of these games, and that should be something that's considered. But that's not my only problem with them. That's not even my main problem. But yeah, so I would reduce the power, probably like 30% attack total, and then in terms of defense, maybe like 20% defense, or, you know, numbers where if you don't engage with the system on a playthrough, you're not going to feel like you're just totally helpless playing through the game, right? Or if you end up missing some or whatever. Yeah, so put them in side bosses, make them way less powerful. Simply. Okay, we should probably stop fighting this boss. But I'm still just not... I'm not set on what I want to do here. An excess amount of them. Sure. I think what they did already with the soft cap at 12 already kind of does that. But again, the problem is part of the problem is the numbers. Because, you know, saying there's a soft cap at level 12 blessing, it's like, okay, sure, there is. The scaling does drop off significantly, but to go from 12 to 20... Whoops. Going from 12 to 20 blessing is, what, 30% additional attack or something like that? Oh my god, I was too early. I think you get an additional... It's at least 20% extra attack. No, but I think it's more than... I forgot. It's at least 20% additional attack, which is still gigantic. So I would reduce the scaling, make all of the bosses and enemies in the DLC way less tanky, do way less damage to adjust for that scaling as well. And then, you know, and then it kind of does, I think it does a better job at encouraging exploration, being fun on replays still. And if you don't want to engage with it, then you don't need to. If you want to explore, then you get a big buff. Like I don't see any downside to doing it that way if you want to keep that system in the game, pretty much. So. The only thing I can think of is that I delayed my attack. Okay, we should just keep going, though, I guess. Basically, what I'm saying, DLC scaling should be like base game. Yeah, I mean, it should be... I think it should be a little bit higher... I think it should be a little bit higher scaling than what the base game end level bosses are. I guess. But yeah, personally, I would totally remove the entire system. Or, you know, if you want to have a system in the game like that, you need to... I would prefer it to be more build specific, I guess, where what, you know, at least at least the path you take through the DLC when you're setting up a certain build changes depending on which build you're trying to set up, right? Just like the base game does. I honestly don't know the best way to do that though. If like I don't know if I like the idea of fragments scaling your elemental attack or something like that, but it should be more geared towards specific builds than just being overall power. Designed around the exact opposite mindset as speedrunning. Yeah, that's true. I'm not talking about even speedrunning, though. I'm talking about simply playing the game again. That's not speedrunning. It's totally different. This is depth 3, right? Or layer 3. Yeah, and you know what? Like, people say that part of the reason why they added fragments was like another reason why they added them. I don't know if this is true or not. It's hard to say. Is that they didn't want people going into the DLC at max level and just clearing everything out. Which I think is just such a non-issue. Because if someone's going into... First of all, if that's the experience they want, I don't see why you wouldn't allow them to have that. With the character that they, you know, presumably put a lot of hours into to set up. Okay, that's bad. But yeah, at the same time, I would be very interested. If someone... My guess is that if someone went into Dark Souls 3 DLC at max level, sure, I think they would have an easier time than someone who's at, you know, maybe the appropriate level of like 120 or something. I don't think it would be that much easier, though. Like, I don't think they would steamroll as much as you think they should because they're so much of a higher level. Max level in DS3 is 802. Probably intended level of DLC is 120. So it's like, okay, you have an additional almost 700 levels. Right, like 600 something levels. Curtis, thanks for the 26-month Prime sub, by the way. You would think it's like, okay, you know, if the power scaling is linear with each time you level up, then it's like, okay, it should be so much easier, right? But it's not. In Souls games, at a certain point, like there are soft caps on stuff, right? At a certain point, you get to a level where your character's really not getting much stronger. And that happens way sooner than max level. Like, it's not even close. In Elden Ring, probably at what, like level 300 or something, is when you're not really getting more powerful anymore. So when it comes to the DLC, I don't think... I personally don't think it's a problem at all that... Or an issue that people could enter at such a high level and steamroll it. I don't even think they really thought about that, probably. And the reason I don't think so is because of how PvP matchmaking works, right? I don't know the exact numbers in Elden Ring, but for DS3 at least, that's a PvP I do know. There are soul level cutoffs with upgrade levels as well, right? Like, so that people get matchmaking and it's more fair, right? So for example, if someone's at level 60, they can only matchmake like plus or minus 20 levels, so, you know, that sort of thing. In Dark Souls 3, that the last matchmaking, The last matchmaking group is from level, I think, 300 to 802. Right, so they know that it's like, okay, there's not much of a difference in builds beyond that point. There's not a huge advantage, and I think they know that, and I think the DLC wasn't designed with that in mind even. I don't think that's why they had the fragments in the first place, even though I've seen a lot of people say that. I think it's purely because it's an open world game. So it's an open world game, and for the first time in Souls, the players had the option to leave a boss fight and come back stronger. And I think they wanted to keep that same thing in the DLC. Which makes sense. I think that does make sense to have that. There probably should be some sort of progression for your character in the DLC that isn't just levels, because levels aren't that big like I was just talking about. But yeah, I wouldn't have done it in a way that has zero character choice and then also hurts replayability of the game. So that's my main point. And you might think replayability doesn't matter. I would disagree with that completely, but it's a fair opinion. But I think replayability in Souls games 100% matters. That's part of the reason why they're so good. And I also think RPG, like, overall power upgrade is not a good thing also. So that's my case right there. Being max level also allows you to have the heaviest, tankiest armor in the game while not being heavy load. Yeah, but you can do that at much lower levels as well. I mean, just go watch my... I highly encourage to go watch my tank run that I did, where I didn't even come close to max level or anything like that. And I was literally face tanking every attack in the whole game while having insane damage as well. What did I just... I really need to pay attention, dude. I don't even know what I picked up. Almost twice as high as the recommended level for most DLC. Yeah, but I think you're missing what I'm saying. And it's that it doesn't matter. The difference between a level 300 character and a level... I don't know what max level Elden Ring is, like 700 something. The difference between that is not that big. So it's not a problem. I wonder if I can just run through this with an elixir, maybe. Okay, what is in here? Yeah, so we probably do need that. Yeah, 60 everything feels the same as 99 everything. That's pretty much true. I mean, that is true. That is 100% true, but it's even less than that. Like, if you... What? I thought I just saw it roll past. If you have 60 in everything, then you most likely have so many stats that you just don't even use. I mean, this game only has 6 stats, but... Like, are you really going with an arcane plus faith plus int build? Realistically, you're not going to go all 3, and it won't make a difference to your character doing that. Assume there's more Ritual Blood 3. I don't know how many I need. Okay, we definitely don't need this. I think. Pretty sure we don't need that. But anyways, yeah, that's my opinion on the fragments. I understand why... Okay, we need that, though. I understand why people don't have issues with it. Like, especially if you've only done one playthrough of the DLC. Because, again, my first playthrough of the DLC, I was like... You know, people asked me what I thought about the fragments. I was like, I don't actually mind them too much. For this playthrough. But, like, as in, they didn't get in the way of anything. And so, yeah, like, if you've only done one playthrough of it, and you just haven't really, like, thought much beyond that, then I can understand it. But, yeah, as soon as you try to do multiple playthroughs, it's like, holy shit, this is kind of boring now. And, yeah, so... I wonder if this guy can attack or if he only does the lantern. Okay, that answers that question. I don't think so. You think most people come back and play the game again, do different innings? No, there's no way that's true. Probably most people don't play the game more than once. Yeah, I think Convergence does it better than the base game. I don't think it's perfect. How Convergence mod does it is it allows you to over upgrade weapons, and you also keep the upgrades in the base game. So it's pretty much like, you know, your character is actually getting stronger overall through the whole game. I for sure think that's much better. I still don't think it's perfect though. I do think it's better though. DLC as a whole feels so empty on subsequent playthroughs. Pretty much just turns into a boss rush. Well, it's like that, except you collect fragments and then you boss rush basically. Just because that's the most optimal way to play the DLC on a second playthrough. Yeah, I guess if your argument is that they didn't and shouldn't design things in these games around replayability, then that like it's perfectly reasonable to defend it like that, but I just disagree. And I also disagree that, like, I think, like I said, it's not satisfying to have an overall power upgrade in a Souls game. In an RPG, basically. Anyways, that's why at this point, when I play the DLC again, which I do all the time, I just go straight to level 11 Blessing, basically. Like I don't do anything. The first thing I do, I enter and I go to level 11 Blessing. Oh. Yeah, I do agree with the exploration being really bad in the DLC because there's just no reason to, like... There's basically just nothing in a lot of the spots. I think the base game does a lot better. In terms of being optimal, you don't really care that much about writing or time management on replay runs. Enjoy taking your time with all the builds. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's perfectly fair, but what a lot, like, part of the fun part of playing these games again is that you know where things are. At least I think so. And yeah, if I'm playing Dark Souls... Oh, dude, no way. If I'm playing Dark Souls 3 again, I'm not going and collecting every single item, which I know what they are already, right? So again, I think it makes sense. If you're playing the game like a couple times, sure. Especially if it's really spaced apart and you forget where things are. I think that's fun to do, but if you know where things are already... Classic Sens, dude. Big turnover. Then yeah, it's just not going to be as appealing, I guess. Remember where everything in the DLC is? I mean, probably not, I guess. Like, a lot of the useless items I've just filtered out. Which there are a lot of them. Grave say playing peak exploration. Yeah, I'm not gonna say, like, I think part of it is that they just had such an almost impossible task with what they were trying to do. You know, make a DLC for a game that's already gigantic. You know, keep the open world as good. You know, add even more items to a game that already has so many items. And try to make them interesting. I think the weapons are so cool in the DLC. They did a really good job with those. But yeah, you know, like adding a bunch of random consumables and stuff, it doesn't do it. It doesn't do the job. Adding a bunch of smithing... And yeah, like smithing stone 1s through 8 just added through the DLC, like... They had a pretty much impossible task, I think. Yeah, crafting items, I guess. Yeah. And I can already feel it. Just Sens are gonna throw this game, dude. I wonder what's this way. Just want to go check and see if I need anything from here. Dude, Sens are so cool. Like, honestly, I don't think they're making the playoffs this year, dude. Well, maybe that's a little dramatic, but... Oh my god, dude, he just missed a wide open net. Seattle guy just totally missed a wide open net. The only thing they could have done is what they do between games like God of War. Character somehow loses all his powers. Yeah, I mean, that could have worked, I guess. I don't know if people would have liked that. Yeah, he totally missed a wide open net. I can't believe that, dude. But yeah, all this to say, I think the DLC, like, I'm complaining about it and I'm saying there are bad things about it, but I do think the DLC is good overall still. Bosses are excellent for the most, well, the main bosses are really good. The weapons are really cool. The new spells they added are awesome. The open world layout, at least, like the world design is really sick. Looks really cool. There's some pretty good dungeons as well, like the catacombs are cool. Shadowkeep is decent. Overall, it's still really good. It is disappointing to me, though, with, you know, the kind of a system that I really don't like kind of just affecting it. But yeah, luckily I can just use cheat engine or whatever to give myself fragments. I don't even have to think about it. And of course, I wouldn't mind if the exploration was better too. Like, that'd be nice. But anyone know who the boss is here? Is this the Descendant? Yeah, Romana has grown on me over time. Like, at first, I was like, okay, yeah, she's probably like a B-tier boss or something. And then once I started to learn the fight, I was like, okay, this boss is a D-tier. And then it slowly moved up. Now it's back to at least a B+. I think a lot of people would be annoyed that their level 333 character they grinded for hours in Mogwin was effectively level 1 again. Yeah, I don't think that would go over so well. I agree with that. I don't know if that would work in a Souls game. Okay, bullets here. We may as well pick them up. Vials, may as well pick them up too. Okay, I need to write this down. Yeah, that's a good point, I guess, Soup. I don't know if that was their plan. I don't... Like, I think the really cool part about the smithing stones being in the DLC the way they are is that stranded as possible. Or... I mean... yeah, I guess... I don't know so much about, you know, rushing the DLC and then getting upgraded through there, because that's just way less efficient. Because you still have to kill Moog for that, but you still have to reach Altus where you find like quite a few upgrade materials. But yeah, that's an option. I think the stranded thing is really fun, actually, though. Whoops, I keep thinking this is the other guy. Stranded is cool to be able to do, which is basically a run. That was my first idea for a no-hit run of the DLC. which is you start in the DLC level 1 with effectively 0 items from the base game. There's a frame rate thing. The attempt I got hit, the gun fired at frame 42. All the others was 40 and 41. I mean, was I delaying the button press? I might have just been a bit slow. Let's upgrade new weapons. Yeah, but the problem is that most players would just have the bell bearings already, right? So, yeah. I mean, no, but it's really fun to do stranded. So basically, the idea is you start out with nothing except maybe like healing pots and stuff, and cracked pots. You know, you can be as strict as you want. Oh my god, dude! You can be as strict as you want with it, but you know, you're basically going to immediately, or you can go and upgrade a weapon straight to max level in the DLC, playing it stranded. So you can do a playthrough without anything from the base game. Input was queued the second R1 was ending. So basically what you're saying is it's not safe. That's really too bad. I mean, that's what actually happens. We get significantly weaker in the DLC. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're kind of right. Okay, is the boss in here the Sumerian descendant? No, it's a layer 3. Who's the boss here? Does anyone know? Because I want to put it for my splits, but I haven't fought Yarnum Queen yet, no. Okay. Bloodletting Beast? I don't remember who that is. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have named the what's his name again? The Beast Possessed Soul. I'm just gonna call him Beast Soul, I guess. There are too many beasts in this game to just have one split that's Beast. Oh, that's right, the big guy. Stranded idea suggested by viewer. Not that I can remember, but I don't know. Are there more than one of these guys? I actually don't know. Probably. I don't know if I actually need an elixir here. Oh yeah, I definitely do. We're making some progress, although I got a little sidetracked. It is an interesting discussion to have about the fragments, though. That's why I've talked about them so much. Especially because a lot of people seem to disagree with what I say. Which is, I mean, that's fine. That's how it works. But I am very, like... Okay, we do need elixir here. I'm very set on my opinion about the DLC at this point. Like, I've thought about it a lot. Did not mean to do that. One of those things where hardcore fans disagree with normies. Yeah, I mean... yeah, for sure, I guess. Okay, so then... wait. Okay. Is this Numerian Descendant, really? I thought he was depth, or at least searching it up, I thought he was depth 3, but I don't know. I guess we'll see when we get there. It doesn't matter. I can't believe this guy just sits in front of the door like that. Discussion is useless? You think? I mean, it's possible. I don't think it's probably not useless though. At least, well, yeah, no, it's definitely not useless. Oh, depth 2 and 5. Okay, so maybe, yeah, maybe it is Descendant then. I mean, yeah, it's not going to change anything about the game, but it's not useless in that it's giving me something to talk about as I'm going through this. And I don't know, like, you never know, I guess, right? Would have liked a Sekiro-like system where bosses drop Skydos. Yeah, people say that, but I just think it doesn't accomplish what I think they were trying to accomplish, which is that... well, it depends what you mean by that. I think, like, a lot of people have said that the main boss... Okay, we don't actually need this. Wait, so... Wait a second. So is this whole thing just useless? Also, we could come from this side instead. That does connect. Okay, we actually don't even need any. We only need the chest here, I think. Oh, no, and the loot chest over there. And then we just leave. Okay, okay. You know what? In that case, I probably should mark out of here. Yeah, I don't want to get into this, but then talk about it for 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes, dude. But yeah, like I was saying, though, I think... Yeah, a lot of people said that they should have put the fragments behind main bosses, but it doesn't accomplish the... I guess, gameplay loop of getting stuck on a boss, exploring more of the open world, which gives the open world purpose, by the way. And then, yeah, coming back to that boss being stronger and then being able to win. I was talking about that earlier. Fragments do a great job of that. But I would have done it... Instead of putting them in kind of random locations, I would have put them in, like, lore locations, I guess, or behind these basic pot enemies. I would have put them behind side bosses. I think that's the way to do it. I think that would have been awesome, dude. Well, at least, you know, if they decrease the power of them, because if they didn't, that would mean pretty much every run would have to kill a shit ton of bosses, which would be bad. So putting them behind side bosses in combination with making the scaling of the fragments way worse, way less impactful, then I think you have the perfect balance at that point of exploration being rewarded while also not punishing you for missing them too badly. And then also making replay, like, runs where you replay the DLC, not have to go get them every time. You know, especially if you're in the DLC to just go kill one boss or something, like, immediately. Like, imagine you go to the DLC, you want to do a run with Rolana weapons. I think we can mark out after this. Say you want to do a run with Rolana's weapons. You know, you're not going to go fight her at 0 blessing. Probably. And most players are going to get smoked by her at level 5 blessing, which is what you get to if you do region lock. So a lot of players are going to have to, you know, run around for 25 minutes to go kill Rolana, I guess. I mean, that situation probably wouldn't happen, but you see the point I'm trying to make. Definitely got smoked by her for like 2 hours at Blessing level 5. Yeah, I feel like Blessing level 5 is a little too slow. I think it's a little too low for her. I think level 8 is more reasonable. But I think that's... They wanted you to do that. They wanted you to get stuck and have to go look around for more. I think that's 100% what they wanted. Which I don't know if I like the idea of encouraging that. Almost forcing it to happen. But I think I'm like, that's definitely what they did. Oh yeah, and they used to be even worse. Yeah, I mean, it used to be linear power scaling up until level 20. So even if you were at level 12, let's say you got it to blessing level 16 on your run because you missed a bunch of them because it's just like, oh, some random pot guy that I didn't bother killing disappeared and I didn't see him. And you missed a couple of those guys or whatever. And yeah, you're missing significant power. You're missing a lot of power. And that's what happened on my first playthrough. I think I got to blessing level 19. And I missed 2 fragments. I missed literally the first fragment in the DLC, which was behind that pot enemy because, you know, I was killing the group of mobs or whatever. I basically cleared everything out in my first playthrough, but that group of mobs, I guess the guy disappeared or something. I don't think I got that one. Literally, like, the first one. Remember watching me miss those fragments and just, like, he's never going to kill those guys again? Yeah, I missed 2, and it was 2 random pot guys. Which is insane. That's ridiculous. That should not happen. So, anyways. Surely Suns aren't going to lose 4 games in a row. Got to level 15 on your first playthrough. Which, honestly, level 15 would be perfectly fine if the scaling was as it is now. Or you wouldn't be that much underpowered. But yeah, on a first playthrough, going to consort level 15 blessing, you're missing... Because I'm pretty sure it wasn't it a consistent 8% per level or something like that? Or... No, that's not right. I don't know what it was. Oh. Oops. I remember this damn room. I can't remember what the scaling was. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, 5%. Yeah, so if you only get to blessing level 15... You're missing 25% damage that you should have. At least of, like, base damage. I mean, it wouldn't feel like quite that much, but... Yeah, I guess it's 8% now. 8% until level 12, and then it goes 2-3% alternating, at least for damage. I don't know about the defense as much. Probably is worth killing these guys just to see if they drop any, like, any decent material. 5 times 15 is not 25. Well, yeah, obviously it's not, but 5 times 5 is. Which is what I was saying. I'm saying what you're missing. Didn't know they changed it. Yeah, it was a much needed change, honestly. It was a good change. It was definitely a good change. Because exactly what you're saying, like if you didn't spend 60 hours on your first playthrough of the DLC, and you didn't happen to find every single fragment, and you did end up going to consort level 14, you still have a good chance, right? You're not that weak. I would just melee her, I guess. This dungeon doesn't seem too bad. Probably write it down, though. Oh, what a save, dude. Dang. What streamer did like 2,000 hours on DLC? Oh yeah, Banjo did, but then also it's Dan Giesling, right? Or I think he did his first playthrough of Elden Ring, no leveling up vigor or something. And I think he also spent like that amount of time on the DLC, just getting farmed by consort constantly. I guess we don't have to kill this guy if he's not in the way. Yeah, Banjo's playthrough was like ridiculously thorough. You know, like learning enemy movesets, all this kind of stuff. Fighting the same guy for several hours at a time. I would genuinely have such a hard time doing that. I'm patient, and my first playthrough of the DLC was very thorough. But, like, 2,000 hours is crazy, dude. More than thorough. Sat in the fields for 5 hours, 5 hours straight most streams. Yeah, like fighting the owns guy. Okay, so we kill the sack guy, we go up ladder. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, he's got more hours on the DLC than I've played it by a long shot, dude. There's no chance I have that many hours in the DLC. I probably don't even have 1,000 hours in the DLC. Oh, okay. It was 1,000. Yeah, not 2,000. I feel like Dan's might have been... I don't know how long his was, but I feel like it was longer than 1,000 hours for sure. But I could be wrong. Okay, I guess we're going to see who this actually is. Okay, it is, okay, so it is the Descendant. Okay. Probably no point in removing the splits here. How's it going, Erdbeer? And there are 2 of them, someone was saying as well. I can always change the name. Okay, move all of this stuff over to here. Okay, I think this guy we're going to want to buff for. Like, this guy is really tricky, dude. At least based on my one fight with him. But parring's the good strategy. So maybe I just bait out a parry, like literally every other boss in here. Seems like a good parry. We probably just kill there. Oh, I forgot about these attacks. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this is a really scary boss. After completing the crossbow run, do I still think they should have a parry mechanic? Oh, dude, 100%. I think that'd be so much fun. I could parry with crossbows. That'd just be so sick, dude. Okay. Much easier when you have this amount of damage for him. But yeah, I just think that'd be so much fun to... And it would give a reason for crossbows to even exist in Elden Ring. How do I dodge that row move? I think I remember you have to go left, but in phase 2, I just had no idea. Probably just stay super far away. Like that, this seems like a pretty easy way to do this. I like this. I try to ask Blanks what you thought about the idea of a crossbow parry, or what he thought of the idea of crossbow parry. I think anyone would think that's sick, right? Because yeah, after doing all 207 bosses with crossbow and ballista, really the only purpose of that entire category of weapons is the pulley crossbow for status effects. That's the only reason. Other than, you know, just like having fun with crossbows, of course. Like role-playing, whatever. Because, yeah, the repeating crossbow was cool, but the pulley crossbow is like actually effective. And does a job that is valuable that I don't know if anything does it almost, like, maybe things do it as good, but it's one of the best for applying status effects from far away. Yeah, Rabat's cannon is pretty good too, I guess, yeah. Sure. But in that case, there are just straight up better options than it. Like sorcery, for example. But I do think it's really cool and it's pretty good. But yeah, so I think adding another purpose for the other crossbows, especially I feel like it kind of makes sense that they, it would feel like it makes sense that they don't scale with your stat. Ooh, I don't like that. That they don't scale with your stats if they can parry, because then it's like, yeah, you're meant to use this with any build, and you don't need to do a lot of damage with them or something. You can still parry from far away. I just think it'd be so much fun, dude. Huge missed opportunity, I think. Seems good. I'm just kind of concerned. What if we get the sickle throw? What if they added a talisman in Elden Ring that allowed crossbow parries? Yeah, I think that would work too. I would rather, you know, that's sort of the same kind of idea as the parry tier, which I really like. I think the game's better with the parry tier in it. Honestly, one of the coolest parts about the whole DLC is adding that. But it's unfortunate you got to go all the way to the DLC to get it, though, right? I would rather be able to just do that from the start of the game in some way. Yeah, this seems good. It's the same with crossbow. I think it's better if I could just do it immediately. And maybe those parries shouldn't be possible with every single type of weapon or something. If they would be available from the start of the game. It looks like you can just queue up a follow-up there. I'm not mistaken, this was actually, I think this was the boss that Ghost lost her run to. For that, like, or is the first of the 4 hits for that 4-hit run. I'm so interested to see how the rest of this is gonna look. Let's run. I mean, so far so good. I think there's that one room that is kind of sketch. You don't like the deflect being a time-limited tier. Yeah, like, that's exactly what I'm saying. I think the game is still better with that being in it, even with the tier, but I would much rather that just be some sort of ability that you could get like, right from the start of the game, or maybe, you know, maybe a certain weapon class can do it. right? Like you go weeb mode and anytime you use a katana, you just get Sekiro parries. Just like with a crossbow, you can parry. Like that's sort of what I'm thinking. Watch baseball. Yeah, I've been watching the playoffs. At least the Blue Jays. I can't say I'm a I'm a Blue Jays fan, but I don't watch regular season. And I'm only interested because they're good. And they've made the playoffs. So that's the type of fan I am, I guess. But yeah, it's been like playoff baseball is actually really good, dude. Fun to watch. For the most part. I think it, it still can be pretty boring, but much more fun to watch than regular season, at least. For someone who's not invested in it at all. Okay, well, another chalice done. Yeah, one person has done it, Cherry, so far. Moonlight Ghost is the only one who's done it. I think she did it like 4 years ago, like a long time ago. Yankees hate watch. Yeah, I'm not into, like I said, I'm not really into baseball, so I know everyone hates the Yankees, but I mean, I don't know. Like, it's like if someone's never watched hockey and they're like, oh, why does everyone hate Toronto or something, right? It's like, well. Fuck the Blue Jays, really? Why? Actual Yankees fan in the chat, dude. You're a football or basketball guy? I like football as well. Like, I'll watch playoff football. I mean, I'll even watch some regular season football, like, just because it's, I don't know. I watch hockey mostly. I'll watch some golf. Like any major or like the Ryder Cup, like stuff like that. And then after that, NFL. Like, yeah, I guess, I don't know if you meant like real football or American football, but I'll watch NFL. That's probably my third most watched. And then after that, baseball, I guess. If the Blue Jays are in the playoffs, that is. Now, soccer, I don't, like, I probably should watch soccer, but I think that the thing that makes me not watch it is that there's not really a high-level league here. Or at least Ottawa doesn't have a team in it. I mean, I guess there's, like, MLS, but even MLS is kind of, like, I'm not really interested in MLS. If I'm going to watch a sport, I'm going to watch the highest level of it. And I don't know where MLS would rank in the world, but certainly not that high. So yeah, like Premier League, I would watch it if, like, I'm not, I just have no investment in it based on location. So, or yeah, Champions League, like I don't know. Yeah, I do think if MLS was like a top league in the world, then I would probably watch it, though. Probably. All right, so this is... Did I make it already? You know what? I guess we also have the Hintertomb Chalice available. But... we need more Ritual Blood 2. Let me see what we have in the shop. But I would like to get into it, but I don't know. I guess not yet. I'm actually missing some Ritual Blood 2. This is one I haven't seen on my casual playthrough yet. The Is Chalice. Yeah, we're missing one Ritual Blood 2. You know what? I believe... Ritual Blood 2, is that something you can buy on NG+? Because I know Ghost goes into NG+, presumably to get more Chalice material. Going to World Cup next year? Probably not. But where is it? I mean, if World Cup was in Ottawa, then sure. But I assume it's not. Oh, it is in Toronto. Really? Interesting. But no. I'm not going to that. I mean, Canada's kind of getting better, right? I mean, last year they... What is it? Or last World Cup they qualified for the first time or something? I don't know. I wasn't really paying much attention, to be honest. But... they're getting better, which will make me more interested. Oh, yeah, you see, yeah, Yorm, she got spayed last week, so she's got the cone. Yeah. She doesn't, I mean, it's not too bad. I thought it was going to be worse. I thought she was going to like it less, but... yeah, she's got the cone, dude. Was considered the national sport in Canada. I think technically lacrosse is, but like hockey is definitely... I don't know if it's the most popular sport. Like it's either that or soccer / football, but like, I'm guessing in terms of the amount of players of each sport in Canada that soccer's got to be the most, which just makes way more sense because hockey's super expensive, but hockey's kind of the biggest sport here, I would say. Bloodborne is a good game. I would honestly recommend to stay out of the Chalice dungeons, though. Or, you know, like, play the first couple ones, but I don't think the Chalice dungeons are really worth playing. At least not extensively. Okay, things are getting tankier. Oh, yes, spiders. Great. I have to go start using some bone marrow ash more now. No, you don't have to be online for them. Anyone know who this boss is up here? What are we most proud of as a country? Yeah, I mean, definitely hockey. Like, Canada's the best at hockey. For now. US is definitely not caught up yet. I've also missed a bunch. Curtis, thanks for the 26-month Prime sub. Med, thanks for the 4-month Prime sub. Felixio, thanks for the 5-month Prime sub. Thighs, thanks for the 30-month resub as well. Yeah, I guess curling too. Yeah, I wouldn't say curling's that massive here, but it might be bigger than anywhere else in the world, so. That's true. Okay, probably shouldn't run around this room. Yeah, Florida obviously best at hockey. Yeah, surely. Wonder if there's ever been a NHL player from Florida even in the league. There probably has been, but Florida's not exactly known for their hockey players. What do I do with those spiders, man? What's on the other side? Did I look? Is there anything? When our best players and coaches have all been exported to America over the past 50, 60 years with... Wait. Yeah, no, you're right, I guess. Like, it's funny. The best American hockey players all have, like, a Canadian parent or something, you know? Like, it's that's kind of how it is. A lot of the time. At least for the Suns players, that's what it is, right? Like, I mean, pretty much, like, the Suns have a lot of good, like, decent American players, like Kachuk and Sanderson, and there's surely more. Probably Pinto too, I guess. And they all have, like, a parent that's Canadian, or they just, like, moved to the US at some point. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. I'm not certain what to do here. Mabel syrup runs in the blood. Sorta. I don't know if I like that. I don't know what to do. It's hard because it's the enemies aren't consistent. But I kind of want to bait all of the spiders somewhere and then run past them so I know exactly what's going to happen. I missed what just happened. Someone got hurt or something. Maybe I don't even need to kill this guy. Oh. Yeah, maybe blue elixir, maybe. I don't know what that would do, though. I can try it. Maybe the spiders won't see me as quickly or something. Yeah, I don't think that changed anything, but... Seems like we actually can just kind of gun it through, and then that last spider, I guess, just doesn't even chase. Florida has eight players. 6 of the 8 play for Toronto. Wait, what? Oh, I see what you're saying. Florida has 8 players, like 8 players from Florida have played in the NHLs. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or what do you mean? Brew Crew, how's it going, dude? It's going all right so far. We haven't really hit any roadblocks or anything. Bosses all seem pretty easy at this point. Okay, yeah, maybe just gunning it through, but then I think in this case I need to do something. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. Okay, interesting. That's more than I thought. Interesting. Oh, this guy aggroed too? Oh boy. Suns are gonna lose again, dude. Oh, they're actually so toast, man. Worst penalty kill probably of all time. Wonder if a bone marrow ash shot would kill. Ah, not quite. Do we just need to kill this other spider? All sports being run as business leads to this mixing with the high... Wait. With the end result being 2-tiered league with top shelf high budget teams at the top. Well, that's what... the NHL has the salary cap, and that's what... It's meant to prevent that, but... Like, I guess it does, right? And the whole point of it. I think I liked what we just did there. Maybe I should kill this guy, though. Yeah, at least Pinto's been good, and I've got him on my fantasy team as well, so that's nice. That's pretty much it, though. Like, Stützle is just like the classic Stützle where he does so many things, but just can't put the puck in the net for some reason. Like, he just can't do it. Although I guess he scored last game, but... And then that's pretty much it. Why did he aggro? That's so weird, isn't it? Yeah, get a snowman dropped on us by Buffalo. Yeah, who literally scored like what 2 goals before that game? Panther, how's it going, dude? I think this is good. I'll kill this first guy. Bullet. Wow, there's only 1 bullet there. Kill this one. And then just kill the red spiders as they show up. Although, didn't she just summon 2 at a time there? Maybe I do need a blue elixir for this guy. Okay, we'll call it good for now. What the? Oh boy. What is that, dude? I guess I got landed on there somehow. Classic Souls game. Okay, maybe I can't just do that then. Okay, yeah, this is... This is concerning. Because what on earth was that? Okay, maybe. 2-1 Blue Jays as well. Maybe, dude, I should be watching that instead. Like, the Sens are just gonna lose again. Wait, I missed the first part of what you said, but actual insane online betting revenue from parlay betting. Yeah, I missed the first part of that. But yeah, the sports betting's crazy, dude. It's insane how big that is. I'm wondering if there's a path I can run here where I don't aggro that spider. That's so annoying. Hmm. I mean, we do have a gun, so maybe. Wait, they got a shit ton of iframes on the ground? We do indeed have a gun. But what do I do with that? Dude, like, imagine losing a run like that. This is tough, man. I don't know what to do. Do these guys go after pungent cocktails? Probably not, right? Worth a shot. How's it going, August? Oh boy, here we go. What a terrible play. I'm assuming... How's the mapping going? It's going all right. This is kind of... I feel like this is the first part where I'm really not sure what to do. I feel like I'm kind of stuck here. And the main problem is actually that one spider up there. So... Well, I mean, the main problem is obviously the summoner. Why hadn't I played Bloodborne until now? Well, no, I played Bloodborne a long time ago. I played Bloodborne for the first time, I think, 6 years ago. 6 or 7 years ago. The reason I haven't done many runs on it is because it is... Oh my god, dude. It is on console, and it's 30 FPS. Those would be the main reasons. But with the emulator, that is no longer the case. This is really bad. Oh my god, dude, this is insane. The Sen's penalty kill is so bad, dude. It's incredible. I kind of wonder if I sit in this hallway. I think I need to go back to the idea of just letting them come to me, running past them, and then taking out the bell. Bell girl. I think I got to do something like that. Yeah, the emulator version, you can play, you can play an unlimited FPS as far as I'm aware. Losing Brady into 20-game losing streak. Could you imagine, dude? Okay, so I'm going to sit here and wait. Maybe I need to be further up. There's only one here. I'm really curious what Ghost does for this part. Because you're kidding me, dude.
Maybe I'll give you the best nut ever.
Hey Gino and chat.
It's almost like they can't be spawned until you're in a certain range of the enemy, maybe? Tiller, thanks for the 15-month resub, dude. This is tough, man. I keep restarting the dungeon because I'm trying to figure out what to do. The best strategy. All right, I have another idea. The first one should have spawned, I think, right? It seems like we need to, like, what I don't know how these enemies work, but if there's a certain range that they can't summon anymore, or maybe you have to be within a certain range for them to summon, it seems like it's at that doorway, if that's the case. And so I was thinking I could get one to spawn when I go kill this guy. But then, wait, can't I just run through then? Why was he... What is preventing me from just gunning it through? But then... I don't know. When is Nightmare Seed randomizer DLC part coming? I don't know for sure, but I would guess probably this weekend, maybe? Hunter's gonna... like, if that's wrong, Hunter's gonna kill me, dude. But... I think he... might be pretty much done with both parts. And then... Was that the summoner AoE that hit me there? But yeah, I was very excited for this to be a video because it was a pretty... like, saying it was a fun run, it was... I don't know, that might be a little bit too much, but... I think it's exactly the type of thing that people like to watch the most. You know, because at the end of the day, we are Souls players and viewers and stuff, right? So, you know, it can be fun to watch people get the kind of Souls experience in a different type of way. Wait, maybe I simply just gun it, dude. Why are they dodging me? That's insane. Jay's up 3-1. Yeah, I think, well, I don't know. Normal randos can be fun, but for me, there has to be some kind of goal. That's not just beat the randomizer. I think the randomizer deathless is really fun, especially the level 1, when I don't die, that is. Maybe we need a bone marrow ash. Yeah, when I don't die 15 hours into the run, it's pretty fun. Yeah, there's just like there needs to be something different for a randomizer. Not, I would never just do a normal randomizer at this point. Okay, let's try this. Okay, this is actually better this time because then I can just run right up to her. Kind of wasted the bone marrow ash though. Man, this is the tricky part right here because the enemy's behavior is not the same every time. Has a damage rate with the Evelyn? Not yet, because I'm only at 26 blood tinge, so. But you know what? Maybe I should, like, I was playing that Nightmare Randomizer Seed. It kind of made me think it might be fun to go back and play the DS3 Ascended mod again. Like, fun in... Why did I do this? Fun in kind of an unfun way. Yeah, maybe I should go do the Elden Ring Ascended mod and the, like, stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah, the run requests are going to happen. I'm planning on starting that marathon. Like, I've talked about it a little bit, but I'm planning on doing, like, a huge run request marathon. Probably... maybe like second week of November or something like that. And yeah, the idea is I'm gonna... I think I forgot how many no-hit run requests I have at this point. A lot. But the idea is I'm gonna pick a number and I'm gonna finish that many of them. Pretty much. All in one stream. I guess I didn't mention that part. Just like the Bloodborne, all bosses kind of thing. You know, it's going to be finishing 30 no-hit run requests until, or before I can end my stream kind of thing. That's what I was thinking. Roughly 60 no hit. Yeah, we'll see about those casual runs. I like the idea more of doing no hit for a marathon type of thing, but yeah, I think 30 is a good number for that because, you know, if I get one a day, then that's a 30-day stream. That's a long-ass stream, but 30 sounds right. 60 is way too many. Because, yeah, I mean, 60 is way too many, I think. $50 then? No, 50's... I think 50's too many as well, but... But who knows? Maybe... Yeah, maybe I started and it's like, oh, we're getting 3 runs a day. Even that would still... Oh my god, dude, you're kidding me. You are actually kidding me, dude. Oh my god. Dude, they can't score on a wide open net like 3 times in a row. Oh my, that is unbelievable, dude. Oh my god, what is wrong with them? It's unbelievable. Genuinely 3 wide open net chances, and they didn't score a single one. Hey, maybe I could just shoot him? Not scary at all. Oh, man. I can't figure it out. Because what happened there was the guy was summoned late. I mean, what if I... Okay, what if I kill the guy? Yeah, it's also with 6 red spiders. Yeah, I remember that one. I think. I feel like I remember that one. Wait, did they score and you spoiled it? I'm behind. That's funny. Okay, there it is. Insane spoil, dude. Okay, well, at least they maybe will get a point. I kind of missed it though. Yeah, actual insane spoiler. It's because when you, at least with like this bell thing, dude, it's so funny. Out of all the goals they score, there's some like unscreened shot from the point somehow. That's so funny. Maybe it was a little screen actually from his own guy, but nobody even in front of the net. Like not even a good shot. That's so funny. You take those, I guess. No, I don't actually care about being spoiled on it. Like, I really don't care. I'm kind of hardly even watching it. Okay, what I was thinking is to kill this guy, and then we gun it. Yes, okay, great. So that's another problem. Getting stuck in the door. But yeah, watching on the web instead of the actual TV is like more delayed for some reason. So I played Hades 2. I got the like early access or whatever a while ago. I haven't actually like played the full game yet, but yeah, Hades, the original Hades I really liked. Super fun game. I'll probably play Hades 2, but not on stream. That's just like a game I'd play on my own, I think. Ah. Man, how is this so tough to figure out? Yeah, Hades nuts. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck here. Please don't do this. At least get a point, please. Okay. Okay. Point secured. Might end my stream to watch the overtime. Because I mean I also need I need to like rethink this area as well or something. Not coming together. Yeah, my Bloodborne is running really well, but I do have a very high-end setup. So, I don't know. I'm not sure what the minimum requirements are for running the emulator well, but I'm sure that information's available somewhere. Okay, I guess last time running through this, I honestly, I'm just running through and I'm not even getting anywhere, so I need to... I need to think about this. I guess we maybe could do that, too. Anyways, thanks for hanging out tonight, you guys. Sort of a late stream. I had a bunch of, like, yard work I was doing earlier. Basically, last time of the season. Like, cutting the grass and stuff, but yeah, thanks for hanging out tonight. So tomorrow... I've been also very busy because a lot of people have been like in town for Thanksgiving last weekend. And like people have been taking time off of work and stuff. So that's why I haven't been streaming as much the last couple days. But tomorrow, I would like to fit a stream in, but I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow as well. I don't know. At least I'll stream this weekend, 100%. Like I'm streaming this weekend to make up for the lack of streams during the week. So there's that, I guess. But anyways, I'm going to watch this overtime. Thanks for hanging out tonight, you guys. I'll try to make some more progress on the routing off stream too. I guess Ozzy already did that. Because I don't want this run to take 3 months because I'm just, you know, sporadically practicing it, right? Like I want to spend a lot of time and get it efficiently. So, but anyways, have a good night, you guys. I'll see you all next stream and take care, you guys.